Alright, so I'm setting up a, made this beautiful plein air box to stick on the canoe, and what I'm doing is, there's some great cliffs, about half a kilometre, mile, roughly that sort of distance, just down there, and what I want to do is get across to the other side and paint them. So this thing here, what has it got in here? It's got my palette for one, but more importantly it's got all the canvases. So it enables me to cross the river and get some work done. Just get this right. Strap this up. Alright, so it should be good. Let's have a look. If we take a little peek in here, that door opens up. There's your palette slid in. Canvas is all ready to go, beauty. Slide them in. Do her up. Alright, I can go on the stern here. Spare paddle. Right, here we are. These big, beautiful cliffs. This is the benefit of having this canoe set up. So it gets all these wonderful locations. Pull up anywhere on this side if I want, and just get into it. Such a great feeling having all the paints on board and being able to travel like this. It's good stuff. There's an old pump set up. Someone's been pumping. The pump still works, I think. Pumping water out of the river here. So tranquil. Whoops, just a little close. Beautiful. Wow, just fascinating. Lovely and calm. I noticed just up here there's a spot that I think I might beach it and be on the opposite side to those cliffs and paint the cliffs looking across the water this time. I think that'll be a good one. Alright, let's get into it. Going against the current now, so it takes a little bit more effort. Pick the right sort of calm day for it though, it's beautiful. Alright, well just about here, the location I was thinking of. I'll just pull up on this sandy beach just in here behind the reeds. Just come in here around the reeds. It's pretty good here, I reckon. That's pretty good. There we go, look at that. That's not a bad spot. Up we come. Oops, bring the boat across. What's going on here? We're heading back in the drink, are we? Got a pallet. Oh, beauty. Nice. Nice. Right, we'll set up just over here somewhere. Righty. That's good. Right, pellet. It's actually a nice size pellet. It's a little bigger than the normal pellet that I've been using for this little easel, so it just gives you a bit more room. And as you know, I really do like having a lot of space to move that pellet knife. Just got a little bit of stuff that I collected that I'll use now. It's a good way glad wrap if you've got leftovers. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I could go further, but I feel like I captured the original concept of what I was after. And the concept of this painting, because it was quite an overcast day and there wasn't a lot of colour to work with, I thought, well, there's no wind, so I'll use that to my advantage and use those beautiful reflections that are absolutely soft with not a ripple across them, really emphasise the softness of that against the chunkiness of the cliffs. And so I feel like I've achieved that. And I feel like with any painting, before you start, you should have some sort of concept in your head. And today's concept was tranquil water with a super high key sky, close to white, to almost silhouette the landscape. And I find that on an overcast day, if there's not a lot of sunshine shining directly down, if you use the sky as a real light source and then almost make everything like a silhouette, it'll still give the feeling of light, because then the sky itself becomes the light. And you get the presence of some sort of light on an overcast day, which can be achieved using that effect. All right, on the whole, happy with a lot of subtle colours through the cliffs, as there is over there. And that's the thing, a camera doesn't always pick that up, but I can see some nice subtle orange browns up in here, up the top of the hill. And then you've got those beautiful yellow ochres and whatever, set against also some pale sort of greyer colours where it's been weathered for a lot longer. So the rock itself, because it's been weathered, has gone grey. And when you get the fresh landfalls where it exposes the fresh cliff itself, you get much more of those orange colours. On the whole, pretty happy with what's going on, so let's get that camera off, come right in and have a look. All right, thank you. Put that one in there. That slides in nicely. Cannot touch anything, all good. Now we'll just get the palette. That'll go in just below, all good. Oops, the boat's on the way out. Okay, latch that one up. And we're good to go again. Right. Sit in there and away we go. Latch up. Just had one of the latches still open on the box. I'm going to shut that waterproofs it. Not that I'm going to need any waterproofing really, but anyway, it's still good. Alright, well that was a bit of fun. That was definitely something different. Painting on an overcast day, it's amazing what subtlety you can get into that. Like a photo, you take a photo on an overcast day and you just go, oh, whatever. It's not really that flash, but there's something about a painting on an overcast day, you can pull out all those subtle colours, and I think that's the difference. Not only that, I also think sometimes it's actually easier to trick the human eye into thinking that a painting is actually a real thing, like a photo, if it's painted with more subdued, say, realistic colours instead of the really strong colours. If you use the super strong colours, the painting might look dynamic, but straight away people's eyes go, well, that's a nice painting, it's not a piece of realism. It looks like it's imitating realism, but it's not a photo. Whereas when you paint on an overcast day, those subtle colours, standing back at first glance, someone might actually think they're looking at a photo for a minute, until they get closer and then they go, oh, isn't that interesting, that's just broad marks. But at the same time, I just thought it was like a snippet that a camera would take. Basically what I'm saying is, I think for painting, overcast days can be really good because the combination of people getting up close and going, well, that's a painting, but at the same time, well, that's super real, that really helps give the painting something extra, I reckon. Either way, it doesn't matter. I love variety. That's what's good about nature and plein air painting. Just get out there and observe what you've got on the particular day and make the most of it. You could easily just stay at home on an overcast day and say, oh, there's nothing much there. But it's surprising how much is there on any day, so any day's great. Not only that, those overcast days, the very first light at sunrise and the very last light, sometimes you just get the sun just spearing through the clouds for a second, and man, can that light everything up. Just for like 30 seconds or something, doof, heaps of light, and then it all goes again. But that's what I'm saying, just get out there any day and paint. You'll be surprised what you can get. But totally enjoyed that. And why wouldn't you, look at that? I'll go home and not home, I'll go back to camp and have a bit of lunch. Get ready for an evening painting.